So I said, "Oh, whoops it," in an earlier segment, and I don't think I actually explained why, so I feel like I probably should, because there is a weird context to that. On Newgrounds, there was, and probably still is, this Flash cartoon, or Flash game, rather, that was an unlockable for your account if you got enough, protections and blams on your activity for, like, movies and games that are under judgment. And I think it probably still exists, it just is public now, and it has been removed as an unlockable feature on the accounts. I think. But here is the gist of the script of the game's introduction. You see a mom and her child, and the mom says, "It's the last piece of cake. Oh, looks it."
Oh boy, I'll take it, Mom.
"Sorry, son. You're fat enough already. Looks like Daddy's gonna have to eat the last piece of cake."
But Dad, it's my birthday.
"Well, if you want it that bad, looks like you're gonna have to kill me for it." And then you just box your dad with a knife and a fork. It was really stupid. So I'm in episode 6 right now, and there's a turbo nozzle here where the ice cube used to be. I'm not entirely sure why, but it's only here, and I guess it's useful for getting this last circle. Normally I would get it my own stupid way with the boat, but I guess I'll do it the less interesting but more plausible way. Just to show that that's where the turbo nozzle is, and to make things easier for the audience, I guess, since I'm sure nobody wants to see me go through that whole boat thing again. And I really would like my hover nozzle back. It's my best friend. I'm sorry, turbo nozzle. You're pretty cool and all, but you're just not good enough. No idea. I like all the nozzles in this game. This is always the most useful one, of course. So yeah, I'm gonna head all the way back up to the secret, to the secret shell, to the shell's secret, to the shell-ecret, the Seacrest, Ryan Seacrest, to get the bonus red coin mission, if I don't fail miserably at all of my jumps first. I'm not entirely sure what to talk about in this segment, to be completely honest with you. Nothing really has been going on. I've been playing some games recently that I haven't really touched in a while since playing Super Mario Sunshine. One of the games that I tried recently was Psychonauts, which I'd actually tried a long time before, but my computer was not as good back then, so I figured I probably shouldn't play this unless I get the full best experience first. So I tried it again after getting a new computer. I don't know what it is about that game, but I don't really find it that interesting. It's hard to really explain. Because other people seem to really love it, and I can see the logic of that. It's a very well-animated game. It has lots of interesting ideas, like just the whole idea of a camp with a whole bunch of people, or a whole bunch of kids, learning how to use their minds in incredible ways, like Matilda. That's all cool. I just don't know. I mean, it has nice humor. It feels pretty sweet to control. Has a lot of interesting mechanics, I guess. It's just, I, for some reason, don't find it all that interesting as a game to play. Maybe it's the drab environments, maybe it's the linear nature of it. I have no idea. I really could not explain it to you, why I don't think it's that interesting of a game to play, but my favorite part of what little I have played was exploring the campgrounds, because that's the part that felt most like a collectathon to me, and I know that I'm not supposed to expect a collectathon from this platformer, but it's the part that I liked. And, okay, no red coin over there. Yeah, I don't know. it's stupid that I can't adequately explain my feelings on the game. Oh yeah, and all of the gears disappeared during this cutscene for no reason. Now they're back. But another game that I've played lately, which is not really my style of game to play at all, and yet I'm enjoying it quite a bit, is Pikmin 3. I never played Pikmin 1 or 2. Well, actually, I did play a bit of Pikmin 1, which I enjoyed but was kind of stressed out by, because I felt like all the days were too short and there were only 30 of them. How am I going to get all 30 of these items? Like, there were days when I didn't get any items at all, and I kind of felt screwed. I know that you don't have to get all of them, but it's kind of weird which ones you do and don't have to obtain. And you don't really know until you collect them which ones are necessary. Yeah, I liked the idea of Pikmin, and wanted to play another game that was less stressful in the same series. Pikmin 2 doesn't look quite like my thing. It looks... I don't know how I feel about the randomized environments, the randomized caves, where you go deeper and deeper until you collect everything. That seems like it would make for some really long play sessions. Unnecessarily long play sessions, like you wouldn't be able to predict how long they are. But, well, I guess the game saves between floors, doesn't it? So maybe that's okay? I don't know, but I like Pikmin 3. I wasn't sure about it at first because you can't invert the camera, but I guess I got used to it, which I usually don't with games like that. I usually don't get used to the camera if you can't invert it, but I did with this one, because it, I guess, feels different to me. And I appreciate that it's relatively low stress, despite being a survival game where you have lots of limited resources, including your comrade Pikmin, who, if one of them dies, it is gone forever unless you reset the day. And I had like 20 deaths one day and didn't know how to get it down to any lower than that, but yeah. It really doesn't seem like a game that should be low stress at all, if you just describe it, but it really is. Because of, I guess, how relaxing the nature is, and the nice music. I want to finish it. I'm gonna do my best at that, and optimize my days as well as I can. Mario, you're being so elusive today. I should be spraying. Okay. Apparently I was spraying you, it just didn't have any visual indication of it. Curses, I won't forget it. I won't forget this. Even though this is the 10th time that I've said this almost, and I've forgotten that I said it every time. I just love how he is a baby on the ground. Whiny, whiny baby. And can we get this right this time? Yeah, that's pretty good. Look out, world! I have a shine! And I'm going to toss it into the waterfall. Okie dokie. Doki panic. Noki bay. Noki noki bay. Noki noki panic. This is a pretty good time to head to Serena Beach, I suppose. Now, what fruit does Yoshi want? I hope he wants a pineapple, because he can take this one. Actually, it looks like he does want a pineapple, but I'm not able to pick that one up because it's just too big. But thankfully Yoshi has a significant appetite. I almost feel like Yoshi's affinity for eating fruit in this game is probably mostly a reference to Yoshi's Story, because I think that's the only other game where he eats fruit. I could be wrong about that, but that sounds right. All the happy fruit on the happy tree. The Tree of Happy. Have I already collected that shine? I thought I have. Yeah, I did. Just double checking. Also, something that I kind of want to say is that the grayed out, except it's really blue, shine sprites still look really pretty. What? Okay, I just walk over that, I suppose. That's fine. Yeah, they definitely look a lot better than the blue stars whenever you've already collected one. And that happened. Very abruptly ate a pineapple. No effects of, I don't want to say crumbs, but pieces of the pineapple going in all directions. Nothing like that. Okay, Serena Beach. It has a hotel. Hotel Mario. But we don't see the hotel currently, because it is kind of, it is out of order currently. Partly because of goop, and partly because of a magical beast that we are soon to see. And cleaning all of the goop doesn't raise it back out of the ground, but... I would like to point out something that I did not know until very recently. If you look at this map, if you look at the Serena Beach here, it's a little bit hard to tell, but it is actually shaped like a GameCube controller. You can see the buttons, like that's the A button in the middle there, and the X and Y buttons, that's the B button. Over there is the control stick. This is the C stick, and this is another stick, even though it should be the D-pad. I'm not really sure what that's about. Then you got the sides. There's the start button in the middle. It is a GameCube controller, and I never knew this. But that's really cool. I like when Nintendo hides things like that, for no apparent reason. And I also like when Nintendo does similar things without hiding it at all. Like the Mario Kart Double Dash level that just is a GameCube. The battle level. Listen, it all started at around noon. This giant manta-shaped thing showed up. It was this paper-thin floating silhouette. It came and covered the hotel grounds in this electric goop. It is electric goop. Totally bodacious, man. Then, oh, the horror, my beautiful hotel, my poor building. It sank in the middle of that awful ooze. Why? Why me? Why? There's no ooze anymore. It should be able to come back out, but... yeah. Anyways. Ugh! It's back! That gossamer ghoul! Do something! I like the word gossamer. I probably learned it from this game. And we got ourselves a boss fight. Which... I like. It's a bit repetitive, and I found it really difficult as a child. What didn't I find difficult as a child? But... I like the concept of it. It's kind of like Boolossus, I guess, from Luigi's Mansion. Another boss that splits into a whole bunch of different pieces, starting from being really big, and then it's the Boo made up of a lot of smaller Boos, and this is a Stingray made up of a lot of well, a Manta Ray. I don't know if Manta Rays are different from Stingrays. I feel like they probably are. But yeah, Manta Ray made up of a lot of smaller Manta Rays. And whenever I think of this particular music from this game, I always think of this boss fight. It just has such a great threatening feel to it, I guess. I don't really know how to explain it. You have this dark red sky. You have these ghost-like creatures all over the place, just wandering around in a sort of frightening manner. It's cool. It sets up a cool atmosphere. They are dividing into smaller units. Really, Flood? I wouldn't have guessed. It's like Fee. No, not as bad as Fee. I don't find a Fee in Skyward Sword as annoying as some people do, but yeah, she does kind of explain the obvious sometimes. And by sometimes, I mean a lot of the time. Now my strategy for this fight, which evidently is working so well, because I am almost dead, is to get all of them divided as much as possible, because after they're all small, like after they're all at their smallest size, they start coming after you, and so they're easier to defeat because they're all coming your direction. I would like some coins, though. Oh, thank you. My prayers have been answered. By game programming. Okay. Now, an easy strategy for this fight is just to lay over here because they never really approach the water, or if they do, then you always have your water refilled. So you don't have to worry about running out of water, which is kind of easy to do if you're not paying much attention. There are some coins that I very much would appreciate, and that too. Thank you for all of the coins, the coinage. Mario financial status is increasing. I heard from my friend Jordan that in the Bean Bean Kingdom in Mario and Luigi, they make fun of the economic status of Mario games because Mario games have so many coins that inflation would be the worst thing. So, I never really got that from my playing Superstar Saga, which is my personal favorite, even though I've never had a chance to beat it because my copy of the game does not save properly, but yeah, if that's true, that's kind of awesome. My strategy, once again, is not working very well. How are these mantas from Atlantas, flinging me around whenever they don't even have arms? Then again, I guess you could ask the same question of, like, Larry from VeggieTales, how he can pick stuff up with no arms. But, I just owe that to convenient cartooniness, I guess. Like, at least he seems like he would have invisible arms, whereas these creatures, there's no reason for them to have arms at all. Can I do this big spray? Big spray. I think I also enjoy the sound effects of this boss fight. These rays, we'll just call them rays now, because everyone loves Raymond, everyone loves Rayman. They sound like seagulls. And the actual seagulls in this game do not really sound like seagulls. So yeah, all the goop is gone now, magically. We defeated the Unimind, and all the evil in the entire universe is gone now. Thanks to pushing Buzz Lightyear into the center of darkness, and replacing all of that darkness with light. Yeah, so we're almost dead, but... What? The hotel's back? This is just crazy! It sure is. So why do you seem so upset? He seems pleasantly happy. Fantastic, you're amazing, you're my hero. I was just flapping my gums about getting rid of that thing. Flapping your gums. Okay. I don't think I've heard that terminology before for chattering away, but okay. Maybe I have, but I think I've heard flapping your lips, but flapping your gums, that's just excellent. Okay, it's, you know what, I think I'll hold off on one more Serena Beach mission. Instead, I will do a Plaza Shine that I'm sure that I haven't done yet. I'm not gonna go back to one that I've already done, stupidly, like I did last time. Using the rocket nozzle, because it's the only way that you can get to it. Hopefully I can do this correctly. Yeah, this is probably the weirdest shine in the game, honestly. This one over here. At least by my standards, it's the weirdest. But we'll get to it in a minute. I mean, the way that you get to it is a little bit weird too, because you have to jump on these trees, and the trees are never really used as platforms anywhere else in the game. Well, okay, I guess if you jump on the leaves, then that's kind of like what you do other places in the game, but I usually jump on the tree trunks. And grass! Lots and lots of grass. Grass everywhere, and not a drop to drink. I like the look of the grass. It's, are we gonna find any Pokemon in here? Probably not. I've been searching for the Red Bird of Happiness for... the Red Bird of Happiness. I've heard of the Blue Bird of Happiness, but the Red Bird? Sure, dude. I don't think that's a thing. Except it actually is, because all myths in video games are true. Yeah, over here, red coin. This is a red coin hunt. A really interesting one, because first of all, like, you have to pay attention to the grass from above to make sure that you don't fall into any holes. Then there's random enemies that don't really have any place here. There's that one watermelon block that I smashed. And then there's the only red bird in the entire game, the red bird of happiness. The pillar of happy, the coin, the Yoshi, the fruit of happy tree. There's no water in this mini level either, so if you run out of water, then you're just screwed. Although I don't think I've ever run out of water in this place, I've always been relatively careful. Can I douse this? I feel like I should be able to. Maybe not? Is this a hole or is it not a hole? It is a hole. Okay, maybe I'm not supposed to be here. It's a little odd. Little strangle. Not strange, strangle. It would be a little bit nice to not have the tall grass in the way, to make it easier to shoot in first person, but it's not necessary. Is this another red coin? Yeah. Regular enemies just give you red coins now. It's like all the rules of this game are thrown out of the window for this one level, and it's... I do not understand it, but I'm glad that it's here because it's weird. Alright, would you stop running? I know you're on fire, but... like, running doesn't help. You have to stop, drop, and roll. So that's 5. There's the red bird up there. Looks very pretty. Is that like a robin? Like a red robin? Like the restaurant? Which I went to recently, and it was fine. Not one of my favorites, but okay. Bird, come back. Let me douse you with my water until you explode. Let me sing really, really high pitch until you explode and I take your eggs and cook them for Shrek and Donkey. This looks like a good angle. No? Yeah, there we go. Now where could the others be? I'm sure that one of them is in this monster, which is not much of a monster, it's not that threatening. Where else could I go? Oh, I guess it's probably here. I really thought that you got one of them by putting out the fire, but maybe that's just always what I've assumed and it's never actually been the case. And yeah, thankfully we have enough water to rocket up here, although you probably could... Now I'm curious if you can spin jump up here. Yeah, I guess you can, so... Really, the water is only necessary for defeating the enemies and getting the bird. So, weirdest shine in the game, in my personal opinion, now complete. Thank you all for watching. We're probably going to return to Serena Beach next time.